here we are, a couple days out driving, trailing around in piney forest. Gonna take about 3 or 4 days out here. You could actually, it's 14 miles. You could actually hike it in one day if you wanted to, but I have no idea of going fast. Take my time, go 4 or 5 miles a day, and set up a camp, relax at camp, hang out till about noon, do another 4 or 5 miles, set up camp, make my way around the lake. A little bit of a drop off coming up here. So I just came across a group of people from Madison, Wisconsin. One of the ladies had fallen back about a couple hundred yards and had cut her hand pretty bad. They were just on a day trip. They didn't have a first aid kit, so I pulled my first aid kit out. They put a lot of gauze around it, and there was 2 nurses in the group, so they were taking care of it. Said the blood was a hit in her artery. The blood was squirting out of there, so they bandaged her up pretty good, and they're trying to get her out, but wilderness, it's not for you or against you. Here we go. Okay, so take me back about 20 years ago, and my nephew Tony was on the trip. We got to this point right here where we have 3 different ways you can go on this trail, and this is the national forest, the federal forest, national forest. So they're not allowed to put markers out here. Somebody did come over here and spray paint the tree, which I'm not real crazy about, but they did. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, by looking at the map, there's one that goes straight ahead here. There's another one that goes up the hill over there, and then down here. Okay. Looking at the GPS earlier, I think it was supposed to go straight ahead, down the middle. Later. So it's around lunchtime. I just came up on my first view of the lake here. Taking a break here on the trail. I'm gonna wait till I get to camp before I eat lunch. It's It'll probably be a late lunch, probably around 3 or so. I'm not sure exactly what time it is now. I got slowed down a little bit by injury in the early part of the trail, but one of the young kids came back, and a boy gave me and resupplied my first aid kit, and said they were doing okay, so that was good. But just taking a quick break. Angleworm Lake. Well, I'm gonna make some lunch here. First day lunch stop on Angleworm. Got some Skippy's peanut butter and some tortillas. And if you saw my trip last month from Lutzen, you saw me take these raisins and put them on there. And they become my jelly. So, tortilla going here. Got me some drink. Got to stop and filter some water here pretty soon. When I get down by the lake, right now I'm up on the cliff over the lake. Cloudy day, overcast day. I was going to go to camp before and eat lunch there, but this is all up and down, up and down. It's a lot of work. A lot of small steps, making sure you're taking the right steps. I understand that this east side of the lake is, or the west side, whatever. This side of the lake is a lot more difficult. The hike is than the other side. So when I come back around the other way, a couple days, it should be a little bit easier. Probably got a mile and a half to my campsite. But I said I'm up on a point here. You can see my finger. That's where the trail goes, and it's all rock. Need some energy. In the camp chair, psychology. Allison, I got one for you. Be in the mail when I get back. I sure beats sitting on a rock or sitting on a log. You don't get that bite into your bottom of your leg. It's actually more comfortable than the bag chair. I don't think I brought enough food with me. I'm gonna be out here 4 days. I should have been able to have 2 of these. I can only have 1 or 2 today and then 1 the next 2 days. Let me tell you, this has been tough. I'm only going on 4 miles into this hike, and it's been up and down these ridges for the whole time. And my 65-year-old football knees and legs are just about able to do it. That's about it. Of course, if you're ever going to see a moose, this would be the place to see it right here. I'm going to go over this beaver dam, walk over this beaver dam right there, and head on over. I'm about a half mile from my campsite. Well, I'm getting closer to the first campsite. These rocks you see up ahead, that's my next climb. And it's a little bit rougher than it looks, believe me. But I should be heading down toward the lake shore. My camp's going to be on the lake shore of Angleworm Lake, camp number 1. This is about as backwoods foresty as it gets up that hill. Down here, down the trail, into the who knows what. Okay, a little lesson here on filtering water. Okay, smart water bottles, you can buy them at the store. Fairly cheap. They hold up really well out here. They bang against the rocks, whatever. They hold up fairly well. Much cheaper than buying Nalgene bottles and things like that. Plus, it's much lighter. Okay. So what we're going to do, obviously, is find a place for those to sit while we gather our water. I'm going to use for dirty water. I use these Ceanoc bags. Okay. Slide to open it up. I'm going to gather water in on this side. First time I've actually used them, to be honest with you. Try not to fall in the water. Closed. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to connect our Sawyer squeeze filter. The Sawyer squeeze will take out about 99.9% of all contaminants. So you sit right down here. My camera's kind of going cockeyed. That's okay. So we're just going to squeeze that water out. You can see it's going to run pretty good without me squeezing it at all right now. As that filter gets a little dirty, it will become a little more difficult. And it'll go faster if you squeeze. That's probably one by one. You see that's fairly cleaned. Good. Having some beef stroganoff tonight. Pretty good stuff. Once you let it sit and hydrate, well, a lot of it here too. It's kind of a double serving. Pretty tough trip today. You know, I'm not. Guess my message went through. I sent a message that said it was a tough day. So I guess it went through. Just a ton of up and down. My back held up pretty good. My legs toward the end were ready to give way, and I'll tell you what, I had to climb up some rocks that were just really tough. Some of them weren't stairway, they were just kind of flat rocks. You had to just kind of work your way up, and a couple times I had to pull my pack off and just slowly push my pack up and take a couple steps, push my pack up. It was that difficult. So yeah, 65, bad knees, bad legs, but I think I can do it. Really enjoy it. I mean, there's nobody out here. There's a beaver. Nobody but a beaver. So you can see it. Sure, you can kind of see him there. A V in the water anyway. So I was sitting here watching the fire and just relaxing. Got my feet up, got my camp chair going, and I saw this light up, and it was like a thing. Well, that's a satellite going across the sky. Then all of a sudden it flashed a light. So I'm thinking maybe it was a meteor, and the moon's ready to pop out over here.